At this point, I really enjoyed the build-up and honestly the extensiveness of the Tomb of the Ancients and all the stuff surrounding it. I totally get it that Tomb Raider fans probably coming into this from playing the prior games, and then seeing Angel of Darkness for the first time. Some might be like, okay, so where's the tombs? And I can totally understand that, while the environments and levels before this are rather enjoyable as well. To have the classic Tomb Raider look, feeling, and maybe even design too. This stuff doesn't really come until later into the game. The developers really make you wait for it. And what is good is that when you get there, it sort of feels like Lara returning home, if that makes sense. A traditional treasure hunting like experience to get the painting. But today, let's go beyond this, because now we are leaving the tombs behind for some new areas. So I do like how after you acquire the painting, now you need to work your way back out. The dig site part is rather short and now you're back in the museum. I like when you return to an earlier area. The same level is then changed a bit or flipped on its head. I know some players may not like this and prefer a new environment every time, and while I want new stuff too, I figure when you spend all this time to make such fun locations, why not find a way to then use them again in a fresh gameplay manner. So now we are fighting our way out of the museum. It's less sneaking and more action for this approach. You need to contend with soldiers and gas. You gain the gas mask to then reduce the air lost, and then learn the ability to sprint. The enemies here are kind of bullet spongy, but it's more fun, janky gunplay. Now the ending bit to this level is a set of longer cutscenes, and let me let some of these speak for themselves. So here it is where Lara and Curtis meet for the first time. The whole exchange is unintentionally funny and kinda odd, with some really good bits of action. How the cutscene is done, you have him essentially giving Lara a pat down so that she is not then armed. Okay, I get that, but how it's done and filmed, it's like they're trying to develop some type of sexual tension between the two of them, but it just looks odd in how it's done, and how Curtis is going for a cop feel more than anything else. The big thing that stands out more to me of this cutscene and exchange between the two of them is how no one talks. It's all grunts, looks, and stares. I actually thought my game was glitched, and I watched a walkthrough of this part online and found that the sound was the same. Honestly, this part feels like dialogue was missing missing. It's like Tomb Raider, the silent movie edition, kinda. The action is good though and fun. Plus you see Curtis in action, and some of his powers add some more mystery too. You find yourself asking more questions, like how can he do all of these cool things? What is that weapon? Then you get bailed out by Bouchard and then return to Von Croy's apartment, back to the beginning. So this part is neat because we get confirmation that Lara did not in fact kill her old mentor. Eckard was actually the killer, and the one that all of Paris is looking for as well. Now the whole level is investigation mixed with a bit of a boss fight. You run around the apartment picking up items and gaining some other clues. Once you start the boss, you get ambushed by the cleaner, and it's some goofy gunplay. What I think made this fight fun and stand out a bit more was how he had a bunch of scripted surprises, like how the fight starts or when he shoots out a hole in the wall. He likes to use a lot of traps, and this is where I learned you can go prone while crouching, a must for this part. I also feel like the game never mentions this to the player before this point. Kill him, threaten Bouchard, and now you're on to Prague. I love the look of this next level. I'm completely biased. I love snow levels. And then snow levels at night, even better. You have a bigger space to then run around in with some investigating, and then you now confront Bouchard. After some platforming and light puzzle solving, you're now onto the fortress. As I'm getting deeper into the game, the flaws or other elements are also becoming more pronounced, like the getting stronger kind of thing. This is just a way for the game to have you complete something in a specific order, but it's so odd what can trigger the upgrade. This is probably not how the developers wanted to have this done, because it does feel more half-baked. Again, a cool idea, and I think something that needed more time to flesh it out. But even though we are not in the tombs anymore and back to more modern environments, at least they are good. I haven't disliked an area yet. In the fortress area, we have a lot of expected stuff, from landing jumps, puzzles, figuring out where to go, even some lasers and mines to watch out for. This then leads to a bio-research facility, which I really liked from the look of it and even a design standpoint. Very green and killer plants. It's like a poison ivy level. It was everything from avoiding gas, finding cards to unlock doors, more jumps, and then this eventually leads to Lara getting trapped, and the game then switches to Curtis. Before that, there is a bit of fun where you need to then move a platform so that you can land on it. I want to throw this out here too. Did anyone else find these parts to where you have to climb to not always be so obvious? I like how everything isn't covered in some type of paint indicating I have to climb this, or some type of universal thing everywhere. But it took me a moment to actually see that the green stuff on the walls was something I could actually climb, along with prior parts in the game that were similar to this. Some of the stuff I will chalk up to older design, because there is a bunch of stuff in this game that the game just doesn't fully explain to the player. Like there is a full-on melee system, but I don't really understand it, and I only knew about it from a post on Twitter, not from the game itself. Hey, maybe I was missing something. It's happened to me before. And hey, in this cutscene, they finally talk to each other, unlike the prior one where they just kinda look and grunt at each other. At the time of writing this video, this is as far as I got. I expect that I'm getting really close to the finale. So how do I feel after playing most of the game? I love that this remaster was made. Yes, this game is still buggy, flawed, and all of that stuff, but there's a lot to love here. Personally, I'm falling in love with it. Taking this approach and covering this game has allowed me to really sit back and enjoy it more and more. I love the presentation, from the tone, atmosphere, thriller, mystery elements, and of course the treasure hunting too. The music is great as well, a true highlight. Lara is full on sass in this, and it's great. You don't want to mess with her as she gets thrown into this adventure. The more I play, the more I think the use of the modern controls is really making this game very accessible and approachable for someone like me to enjoy it. You can feel the aspects that could have benefited from more time or development too. Sometimes a title that is pretty flawed but brings it when it comes to style, design, atmosphere, and especially fun, you can also end up loving it as well. Some of my favorite games are very flawed. I don't care what the review scores are for titles like this. I'm approaching the finale, the final chapters, and I am now a fan just like many of you. Yes, I completely see how this entry is a black sheep of sorts. It's one of those situations where you can see what they were trying to do. How do they create a new fresh chapter for her? Something new for the player base. But then everything was not polished to really be able to deliver on those cool ideas. The game doesn't completely fall flat. Instead, I think it manages to still deliver a rewarding experience. It's an entertaining game, story, and well, fun. What do you think of the levels following the tomb stages? What are some of your favorite parts? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.